Hey guys, I'm back with an update here, and it is officially day 31. Once I cross past about 7 o'clock tonight, it will be into day 32. So that will be the longest I've ever gone on a water fast, and I'm pretty excited to make it this far from the beginning again. Never thought I'd actually break the 31-day mark again. I think it was just kind of something I said that I've fortunately stuck to. So still shooting for the goal of 41 days, which would put me eating for the first time right on my birthday, which is kind of cool. You know, again, when I started this, it was almost kind of a joke that I'd make it 41 days, but here we are. So 31 days in, wanted to come back at you guys with a little bit of an update, kind of recapping days 22 to 31, and then talking about what days 32 to 41 look like, and then some of my plans after. So days 22 to 31, kind of interesting. So this is kind of when this super aggressive boredom just kicks in, right? So I don't miss food, right? Maybe that's the wrong way of putting it. I'm not aggressively hungry. Yes, I have a little bit of hunger. Yes, there's some of that lingering. And I think there's this weird misconception that like you're gonna get to a point where you're just not hungry. I don't think that ever exists, but what I do feel is like I miss the social gathering of food. You know, I miss sitting around a table at night with the family and the kids. I try to be as involved as I can be, but it's tough, right? It's tough to be around food, around dinner, around meals. It's not easy. So I try to cook when I can. I try to clean up in the kitchen when I can, but it's tough. So I miss eating. I like eating, I guess. So I miss being a part of it. I miss going, running through a drive-through with my wife, or, we went to a Brewers game, right? So I think it was, what day was that? It was last Saturday. So I guess if today, around day 25. So around day 25, we went to a Brewers game and I didn't eat. There were hot dogs and burgers and cheese curds and popcorn, and I just had to sit there. And it was fine, right? I know what I'm doing. No one's doing this to me. I chose to do it myself, but didn't get to eat. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but it's fine, right? This is bigger than a day at a ballpark. So long story short, days 22 to 30, all about the same. Don't have a lot of crazy high energy. If I do too much, I get tired. You can kind of feel it in your muscles. Like, I know they're just kind of feel deflated, where if you exert yourself, you can feel that your muscles are tired, right? So the days I don't drink enough water, or don't get enough sodium, or don't get enough electrolytes, I cramp up a little bit. It's nothing intense. It's just like you can feel it coming on, where I force myself to drink more water. I force myself to drink more electrolyte packets. I try to drink salt in my water. Little things like that to kind of just get through. Other than a little bit of cramping, a little bit of like feeling as if I'm just like existing in time, it's all about the same. My energy levels are okay. I probably, instead of having like this range of like 2 to 10, I sit at like a 6 almost all the time. I generally wake up feeling really good. The best part of my morning is waking up and this is likely super unhealthy, but jumping on the scale and benchmarking progress. So I personally have really good progress. For the past 20 days, I've averaged a little over a pound a day, which I think is better than normal. I think I was expecting to lose 0.65 pounds a day. Currently tracking higher than that. Hoping that continues through the rest of this. My goal is to end at 250 or below, which is 9.8 pounds left in 10 days. So will I get all the way there? I have no idea. Below 255 would be good. 250 would be great. Anything below 250 would be amazing. Not gonna live or die by a number on the scale though. I think getting to well under 260, under 255 is really cool, but making it 41 days is really the goal here. So that was 22 to 30. So let's talk about today, which is day 31. Today's been awful. I don't know why. I don't know what's causing it to be so hard, but today was awful. I had really low energy, kind of like in a weird headspace all day where everything was a little foggy. I definitely didn't drink enough water today. I didn't drink enough electrolytes today, and I can feel it. So had some great feedback on Reddit on a post I do. I do a post almost every day on Reddit in a fasting sub where someone came back and said, hey man, if you're feeling lightheaded, if you're feeling these things you're feeling, it's likely low sodium. So came home, pounded some water, pounded some electrolytes, gonna add a little salt to my water later, but I'm feeling better. So it's awesome the people that reach out and support without even knowing me, they're kind of just following along and helping. That's been really beneficial, but today sucked. And it was the first time since I started where I thought today might be the last day. And happy to say that's not where I'm at. I'm gonna continue to work through this. Gonna still shoot for day 41, but I am being really conscious of how I feel. And if my body or my mind tells me to stop, I'm gonna stop. If I get to a point where I'm so lightheaded that I can't function, or if I wake up and I get dizzy and anything that starts head negative, I'm done. So while 41 is the goal, I'm happy with my progress so far. I think I'll get there. Weekends are the hardest. I only have one full weekend to get through, which is this Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, I'll probably just be on the edge of my seats knowing it's the last day, so I'm not too worried about it. And then I'll wake up on Sunday with a little bit of excitement to eat again. So no real concerns with stopping at this point, which takes me to my next step, which is I'm kind of nervous to stop. And the metaphor I like to use is like water fasting is like 0 to 18, right? Ages 0 to 18, everyone tells you what to do. You have structure, you know what's expected of you. While things aren't easy, it's simple. And when I stop this, the world is my oyster, right? I can eat whatever I want after a very strict refeed that I'm focusing on, but what comes next? All I've done so far is not eat. And in my opinion, not doing something is easier than consistently doing something. So the goal is to come out of this, have a really strict 14-day refeed, which is going to take me from the 19th of May through the 2nd or 3rd of June. I'm going to try to slowly ramp up, really strict keto, really low carb for about 2 weeks. June 3rd, I have a work event where I have to get headshots for our company website. I'm hoping I fit into my suit that I had from like 10 years ago. I never thought I'd wear again. Gotta go do that, get through that day, which is kind of like the pinnacle of all this. I want to be representing myself well. Gonna do that, and then June 4th, I have plans with a couple of lifelong friends to go to dinner. So June 4th will likely be my first cheat meal, if that's what you want to call it. We normally meet 3 or 4 times a year. We grab a burger and watch whatever game is on TV. So I'll probably eat whatever I want on June 4th. June 5th, I plan on having pizza. I'm gonna have my belated birthday. It's about 3 weeks past my birthday. I'm gonna have pizza. It's my favorite food. I'm gonna have it. And then June 6th, June 7th, or Friday, Saturday. I don't know what I'm gonna do June 5th and June 6th, Friday, Saturday. I think I might enjoy and do whatever I want. I may go back to like an OMAD and, kind of satisfy some cravings for those 2 days. And then whatever that Sunday is, I believe it's June 8th, I'm gonna start my next thing. And I'm debating on, do I do another 41-day challenge? Do I jump into keto? Do I jump into carnivore? Do I do a whole foods thing? Or do I kick off 75 hard? So that's kind of what I'm debating now. Would love to hear some feedback on what you guys think should come next. But ideally, through this whole thing, I'm gonna keep tracking my weight loss journey. I want to get to 105 pounds lost. I think every time I lose 25 or 30 pounds, I have to reassess of what the real next target is. But my current goal still is to be something in the ones. So I'm gonna do that, right? So I have my 41 days ends on the 17th, 14 days of a pretty strict refeed, a couple of days of whatever I want, followed by either 75 hard keto, 75 hard or keto or carnivore for 41 days. So love to get some feedback on what you guys think would want to see next. Really open to suggestions, really open to feedback. I appreciate everything I've gotten out of the multiple communities I've joined between YouTube and Reddit and TikTok. People are so supportive, and it's awesome to not know people but have them feel like they truly support my journey. And when I get told by people I've never met, I'm proud of you or I'm rooting for you, like it's a really surreal feeling that has helped me. It's helped me. I've read through comments, I've flipped through different things, and to get that kind of support from people I've never met is just the crazy world we live in. So that is my current plan, and we'll see. I'm gonna keep monitoring things, posting on different subs to try to get a little bit of feedback, and we'll go from there. So wanted to talk about one of the coolest non-scale related benefits I've had through this whole thing. So as being someone who was over 300 pounds for many years, and now dropping almost 45 pounds in 30 days, I think the coolest thing I'm seeing that is not on the scale is the amount of clothes I can now fit back into. So I was only able to access like 10%, 20% of my closet, and recycling the same things over and over again. And now I have like a pile of things that are too big for me to wear, right? I wore jeans the other day that were falling off my body. I had to wear a belt for the first time. I didn't even know I still had a belt. I had totes of clothes and stacks of clothes that were marked TFTW, which stood for too fat to wear. I'm getting in those now, and some of them fit, and I don't have to stretch my t-shirts anymore. This is like I don't even know when this started, but I remember at some point years ago, I started like stretching my t-shirts or like working my way into them to feel good. And I don't have to do that anymore. I put them on, they fit loose. And that's like the coolest thing I've dealt with so far. So not only do I have this bigger wardrobe I get to access, but I have a pile of clothes that are too big to wear now, which is this trophy, this monument in the corner of my bedroom. And also I don't got to stretch these t-shirts anymore. So that's been a really huge win for me. And I thought I would share that. It's, for anyone who's ever had to do that or gone through it, like I forgot I didn't have to do that. So really excited to share that. Really excited to benchmark some of my progress today. I'm going to post an update video a little bit later tonight of current weight, a little bit of a 360 of where I'm at. I made some great progress. I'm officially in the 250s now, which is just mind-blowing that I've made it this far. But I did want to jump in and kind of share where I'm at. So this is my 31-day update. I plan on doing another update at day 41 when this whole thing is over. I'll probably do a little video on my birthday as well to show what I break my fast with. And then I gotta figure out how I engage a little better during the week. So I have been posting these videos that are just me weighing in, jumping on a scale, doing a 360 to kind of benchmark my progress. Every so often I do a comparison of like day 0 to where I'm at. And I've also done some face comparisons. So what I'm thinking is like, is there a way for me to get more personal on a day-to-day basis? Can I jump in and talk to a camera, talk to people who are following along, and give them a little update of how I'm feeling? So any advice there would be great. I never really thought this would turn into like what this has turned into, me talking to people every day, but it's kind of developing its own course. So any suggestions there would be great. I'd love to be able to engage in a more deep way. The comments of, hey, you're inspiring me to try something new, or you're inspiring me to get back on a diet, is like, never expected this. So again, I want to sincerely thank anyone who's followed along, anyone who's watched a video, anyone who's commented on Reddit, and especially the people who have gone as far as following me on TikTok or subbing to my YouTube channel. It means the world, and it's really helped me stay the course on something I never thought I was able to do. So that's about as mushy as I want to get today. But again, this is my 31-day update, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.